Hey queens, welcome back to the same makeup and outfit. I wanted to knock these videos out, so sorry, not sorry. For today, we are going to talk about the things I want to pan, which means use up, in the year of 2021. And there's a lot of cream products, and there is a lot of eyeshadow. So let's just move into this. My goal for 2021 is to get more use out of the makeup that I already own because I keep purchasing new makeup. That's just how it goes in my life. I love makeup, I love purchasing it, I love new stuff. Let's just get into the eyeshadow palettes first. This first one I bought from an indie brand, and I don't know, I don't purchase from this brand anymore. I don't know what they're doing anymore. I haven't spoken to them in a while. I was supposed to be on their PR list, and then I never received anything. And it was just, yeah, I don't know. I will never speak ill about them because I was close to that person and I really enjoyed our friendship. It just, unfortunately, we grew apart, I guess. So this is a palette I bought from them, and this is what it looks like. Honestly, I'm gonna just end up using a lot of these for blush and then hopefully get some use out of the glitters. I've gone down to the pan in this glitter somehow, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, I'm really hoping to get a lot of use out of this palette. Then there is my Morphe James Charles palette. When I tried to do a project pan at the beginning of this year, this was the palette in the project. Just because I don't really support James Charles anymore, and I'm not the biggest fan of the formula in this palette either. Like, some of the shades are amazing, and then some of them are not so amazing. Like, I don't love this shade at all, and I think there were a lot of people who had issues with it as well. So I don't plan on getting any use out of that shade. Or the black. I think the black is actually the worst black I've ever used in my life. However, as you can see, I have gotten quite a bit of use out of this. I'm almost done with this beige shade, and then I finished this shade. I've used a lot out of those two shimmers. I've had pan on these shades, that shade, that shade. I used this one as a highlight, and that's how I got so much use out of it. So yeah, I hope I can get through that this year for sure. I want to get more use out of the more colorful shades. I'm almost gonna hit pan in that one shade, I can tell. It's so close. But yeah, hopefully I'll just pick this up. I think the problem is after I was like, you know what, I'm done with the project pan, I'm not wearing makeup, I just didn't reach for this ever again. And so yeah, I'm gonna try and get a lot more use out of it this next year, and we'll see how that goes. These next palettes are going to be a big project. This year I decided to no longer support Jeffree Star because of my own personal reasons that I'm not gonna go into. And because of that, I wanna use up his products because I don't wanna share them on my social medias anymore, although I might, because I'm changing up the aesthetic of my Instagram, and hopefully I'll get more followers. We'll see. I'm just going to try it out and see how it goes. So I might show them on there, but I will disclose that I no longer support Jeffree Star. So yeah. So the first palette that I have in my pile is the Mini Jawbreaker palette. I think this one was an impulse because I don't use purple often, and I don't know. This shade's really patchy. I don't see myself using this one. I love the gold and I love this shade. I don't know. I definitely need to play around with it more. I've used it only a handful of times, so hopefully I'll dive into it. I need to. But yeah, next we have the Jawbreaker palette, which was the big daddy for this collection. I have used this palette quite a bit. However, some of the shades look like they've been barely touched, so that's fun. Oh wow, I've got a significant dip in that shade. Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, these colors are very unique. I love this palette. I love Jeffree's formula. I just don't love Jeffree, and I don't want to give him my money. And yeah, so hopefully I can get more use out of this. Problem is, I work a full-time job and I can't wear these kind of colors, so we'll see. The next palette, I regret purchasing this palette. I really do. This was right before I decided not to support him anymore. This is the Cremated palette. I bought this because I don't have a lot of cool tone eyeshadows. I have gotten use out of this palette, not a lot. Obviously, wow, I like demolished that shade. I don't know, I don't know, I shouldn't have bought this palette, but I did. Yeah, hopefully I can get in the cool tones. I can definitely use this for work for sure, so maybe I will figure it out. Oh, this one, I wanted this so desperately. This is the Conspiracy palette, which was the collaboration with him and Shane Dawson. I also no longer support Shane Dawson. Yeah, so can't really, okay. These are the shades in this palette. You got your neutrals, they're nice, they're lovely. And then you have all these colorful shades, and I have hardly used this palette at all. I mean, I've used this shade a lot just to wear with my cream shadows and stuff, but I have hardly used this palette, and I really, really need to use and explore it and get it out of my collection eventually. Oh, this palette has been just used up. This is my all-time favorite palette, and I hate saying that, but I love this palette so much. This is the Blood Sugar palette. And it's gonna be really hard for me to ever decide to declutter this palette. Sorry, you're gonna see in the mirror. It's a very red and pink heavy palette with your neutrals, but even the neutrals have like a slight pink or red undertone. I have created numerous looks out of this palette. I don't use this shade a whole lot. I've tried it and I don't like it with this color story, so I don't think I'll get any use out of it. But these other shades are so good. I've used it a lot. And I don't know how I don't have pan in it. But when I one day decide to declutter this, it might break my heart because I do love it so much. This was the palette that started it all. The formula of this palette was just so good, and I just was obsessed from there. The last palette that I own from him is the Alien palette. I did not pay full price for this. I bought a mystery box and this came in it, and I was so excited at the time because I missed out on this palette, and it was being, he was no longer gonna sell it anymore. So this is the color story. It's actually what I used today. I went into X-Files, Abduction, UFO, and I think, and Pluto. I think that's it. I love green shadow, and that's why I wanted this so bad, and I wanted a more grungy palette, but I probably only used this 2 or 3 times. I do find myself getting very intimidated by this color story. The first 1 or 2 times that I used it, it did not go well, and I did not like it. However, today, I love the eye look I came out with today. Oh, I also used Black Hole. This black is actually good. Yeah, I love this look. I think it looks so nice. I don't think Abduction came out the way it looks in the pan. I actually put it down here and up here, and they look different. It looks like a lighter pukey yellow, and it looks like a green down here. So yeah, that shade is very inconsistent, but I'm glad that I was able to get use out of this palette today, and I hope I can get more use out of it in the future. Hopefully get these palettes out of my collection. Okay, we're just gonna get all the Jeffree Star products out of the way. So I have a lot of Jeffree Star highlighters, but I'm only gonna focus on one this year because focusing on multiple, you're just not gonna get a lot of progress. So this is the Supreme Frost, not the Extreme. This is the Supreme Frost in Frozen Peach. This was my favorite highlight that he came out with. I love this so much. I'll swatch it for you. I'm actually wearing it today. Wow, you can't really see in the swatch, but that's what it looks like. It's very subtle on the skin, which is totally fine. And that's part of the reason why I like it, is it doesn't look like I have a streak of shimmer on my cheek. It just looks really nice and subtle. Oh man, I'm really gonna hate decluttering this because I love it so much. It is a grid pan, and so, I don't know, it's really confusing. Sir, I told him to be quiet, and gosh, whatever. I love him. He's a good man. I don't know. I'm just really confused if I'm at pan or what's going on. It's a grid pan, so it's kind of hard for me to tell. If you have experience panning these, let me know what your experience was like. But so far, I'm still getting product, so I'm gonna keep using it till I no longer get product. So these next things. I want to burn through my Jeffree Star lipstick collection. Hold on, there's more. Yeah. As you can see, I have a lot of different shades. I've got a lot of nudes. I have the white one, a blue, purple, more blues, a gold, some browns, a metallic pink, a really cool toned color. It's basically gray. Oh, this deep red is like one of my favorites. I have a bright orange, blue, pinks. Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot. I really want to get through some of these. There's a couple that I'm very close. And then when I get through these, or when I just don't have as many, I'm gonna get rid of these lipstick containers. If you want these lipstick containers, you can get them. We can discuss that if you want, because I don't want them anymore. If no one wants them, then I'm going to basically throw them away. But yeah, similar to the Jeffree Star formula is the Dose Color lipsticks. I should have mentioned that in my last video. So maybe I'll take a look at those and see if they have some colors that I'm interested in, because I do like the formula. We'll see. We will see. I think my favorite Dose of Colors lipstick is the Beautiful one, which is the Minnie Mouse collection. That one is so good. I love that one. I'm almost out of it, and I don't know what I'm going to do because I don't know if they have it anymore. So yeah, great. Okay, so that was all my Jeffree Star stuff, so let's keep on pushing. Next, I have my ColourPop Super Shock Blush in Thanks for the Memories. Yes, I purchased this because it was called Thanks for the Memories. I love that song. I've used quite a bit of it. As you can see, there's some pan there. I'm going to swatch it for you. It is very pretty. I really like it, but I don't know. I like the Lime Crime Cream blushes more. This has just been really easy to get through. And yeah, I don't know. Then I have some like cream shadows. I have a Nude Sticks shadow stick in Copper Foil. I think I got this in a BoxyCharm because I definitely wouldn't have purchased it myself because I don't really like to use cream shadows because I have eyeshadow palettes galore. And I don't reach for them. I don't. It's a nice coppery color, and I've been using it to work, basically just chucking it on my lid. It's gonna take forever. I'm hoping to get a lot of use out of this, and if I use enough, I'll probably throw it out at the end of the year. Next, I have the Ciate London Eye Luster Cream Shadow. This is absolutely stunning. I used this eyeshadow when I captured Blake's eye. It is a really beautiful metallic topper. I love it. It's stunning. It's like a white base with gold flecks of glitter in it. It is stunning. And it's a good formula. I like it. But I don't reach for it a lot because I don't use cream shadows. I just don't. I have eyeshadow palettes. So, yeah. And then I have, dropping things. I have one last cream shadow. This is the Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Burnish. I got this in BoxyCharm as well, and I have been using it at work. It's very similar to the Nude Sticks one. It's just a little bit deeper, and it has flecks of silver in it, and it's in a pot. So yeah, I'm hoping to get some good use out of this. Hopefully I can, if I wear enough makeup to work, hopefully I can really get through that. Then I have two cream highlighters. As you can tell, there's a theme. I just don't reach for cream products often. This is the Cover FX Glitter Drops in I don't know what shade. This is like a gold shimmery shade, and it's a little too deep for me, but I got it in a BoxyCharm and I just want to use it up. So I like to use this underneath my foundation because you can't tell it's too dark for me. Or I'll use it on my body even though it's still too dark, but typically I can sheer it out enough to where you can't really tell. So yeah, just trying to get rid of that. I think I'm like down to the line right here, and I've had this for like years, so that's gonna take forever. I don't know. I'll decide at the end of the year whether or not I want to get rid of it. This is the KVD Metal Crush Highlight in Gold School, and I've actually been using it as a eyeshadow. It's very similar to the Ciate London one, but I don't know. I think the Ciate London one is just better. I don't like this as a highlight, so I will be using it as a shadow. I think it's more gold. I don't know. They're the same. They're the same, all right? They're the same. So it's gonna be very interesting on if I get either one of them used up this year. The last product that I want to use up is the ABH Dip Brow Pomade in medium brown. I have used a lot of this puppy. I have used it religiously for the past year or so. Probably 2 or 3 years. I'm gonna try and get a little bit so I can swatch. Don't have a lot of room for swatches. I'm using it today so you can see what it looks like. But that's what it looks like swatch. Just a deep, boring brown for deep, boring brows. I don't really like dip brow pomade. I think I'm gonna go back to eyebrow pencils. I just find that you just get inconsistent like brows. I can never get them to look the same. Some areas will be darker than others. It'll cling to other parts of your brow than other parts of your brow. It just very inconsistent. So I think I'm gonna give up on dip brows and go back to eyebrow pencils, even though eyebrow pencils literally can be used up in a month. But whatever, I'm almost done with this. It will be used up in 2021. It's gonna happen. I'm going to make it happen. All right, so that is all of the products that I want to pan and use up in the year of 2021. Hopefully I can do that. I'm really hoping I can. I'm gonna be wearing a lot of makeup in 2021, so hopefully we don't have to wear masks anymore. Hopefully we can get through the pandemic and everything so I can fully wear makeup to my fullest capacity and get through these products. So thank you so much for watching and hanging in there and listening to me rant about products that I want to get rid of. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, hit the like button. You know the drill, every YouTuber says it, but I would greatly appreciate it if you could join me and my videos. It'd be really cool. I'm so cringy. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a good one now. Bye-bye.